My name is Julian Hermanjet. I'm at Absolute MMA St Kilda. We're going to be breaking down the Ankalaev versus Rakic fight. Ankalaev versus Rakic was kind of seen as a 50-50 fight. Rakic is a bit more of a kickboxer. He was touted as this prospect to watch out for. If he, puts another couple wins together, he's going to go fight Pereira. You have a guy who is going to take you down and pressure you, especially the part of the world he's from. Ankalaev is from Dagestan. They've got this crazy reputation for their wrestling.
Poatan, you watching or what?
Ready. Oh, he's watching. Locked in. I saw him at some Mexican wrestling early.
Rakic is backing off, circling around the outside of the cage, probably trying to alleviate some of the pressure, the risk of the shot. And Ankalaev is just pressuring him back. He wants this guy on his back foot the whole time. He doesn't want to let him get much off. Yeah, they're just trying to figure out who's in control here. Southpaw orthodox, so it's a little bit more worrying on the power side. There's a lot more of this sort of hand game where they're touching the whole time, trying to gauge distance. They're just trying to figure each other out right now. This is like a sort of tit for tat moment, trying to gauge who's going to be in control of this fight. Neither of them are really willing to back up quite yet. You have the opening minute. Both people want to sway the momentum their way, but they're not willing to overinvest too much because they still have another, 15 minutes to go in the fight. So it's kind of like tit for tat. We're starting to see Rakic's sort of demeanor change. He's not quite as willing to exchange anymore. He's playing this sort of in and out game, but he's backing out a lot. So he's playing super far away, not really letting Ankalaev within range to shoot. Ankalaev is just happy to pressure forward. Here, probably Ankalaev, you'd be trying to feint and get closer just to get within range. He is a shorter guy compared to Rakic. Rakic is going to be able to hit him from further away. So keeping this sort of pace where he's feinting, moving in, trying to be defensively sound, and back Rakic up, try to take the space away from him so he can get within range to exchange. This is really important for him. This is also giving the impression that Ankalaev is winning quite easily, right? Neither are really landing anything significant, but Ankalaev has this control of the cage, control of the space. He's, seems like he's dictating it more. I'm seeing Rakic is backing up the entire time. He's trying to be really slick with his movements and land really well off the back foot. But the problem is, a guy like Ankalaev is going to be on you the whole time. If you're throwing and your weight's coming back, there's not as much there. You can put stuff out there, but eventually, the more significant shots will be landed by Ankalaev. We're looking at cage control as well. There hasn't been any wrestling so far, but Ankalaev is slowly chipping away at the space. Towards the end of that round, you're seeing Rakic is just getting closer and closer to the fence. And he's circling out still pretty well, but just at the end of the round, Ankalaev sort of faked a takedown, and you could tell he was in range. He would have been able to scoop through if he would have ran through it. I'm telling Rakic probably to get some sort of pressure back, dictate the center, because he's circling out a little bit too much. You can't really control the outside. If you're on the outside the whole time, your entire game is based off of what the pressure heavy guy is doing. And if the pressure heavy guy is a guy that wants to wrestle and he's putting you in, getting you closer and closer to the fence, eventually you're going to run out of space. You're going to get shot on or you're going to get clipped.
Off if you buy before November 11th, go to espnplus.com/UFC 309.
We're seeing more of the same. Rakic took the center at the start, and now he's backing up for Ankalaev again, and we're going to see that pressure start to build up.
Looks pretty good to me.
There, pressure heavy, big spinning elbow lands. But we're seeing now, Rakic he's throwing defensively, but he's not getting anything too significant off. Ankalaev is just sort of free to work because, Rakic is tall and he's long, which means, he's taking less steps backwards. He keeps circling off to his right, which in a southpaw orthodox kind of exchange is a bit risky if you don't have the space. Ankalaev is getting away with some decent shots now with his hands. He's dropping the level of a lot of his strikes. He's going to the body a fair bit. He's probably capitalizing off of that quite a bit because of how worried Rakic is of the shot. So every time he goes down, Rakic looks to get further away, defend the shot, but body shot's right there. This will also make it later on, if Rakic is getting used to that level change, meaning a body shot, he'll stay closer and Ankalaev can get to his legs. But here we're seeing, that pressure up against the fence is working beautifully for Ankalaev. Rakic is trying to land a fair few leg kicks. This should, the aim of those is to slow down the pressure of Ankalaev, right? Your legs are sore, it hurts more to move forward, but not having a huge effect. There's a nice left hand that's landed here again. Nice head kick. Yeah, Ankalaev is, he's put him up against the fence. He can see everything very clearly from there. Rakic is just worried about not, getting stuck in front of him. He has to be more active as the guy who's getting pressured and having to circle off, right? Because if he starts plotting, he's going to get nailed by something. But as the pressure-heavy guy, you just march forward, put shots out there, feint a little bit. You've got way less work to do than the guy who's trying to circle out, play the outside, get off the fence, right? He's a pressure guy. You just get him closer to the fence, cut him off as he goes, feint stuff so you're not too predictable. Now here they tie up. Rakic does a good job defending, getting to an underhook and putting him on the fence. Some knees. Ankalaev gets straight to double unders though. Rakic looking to re-pummel. He's re-pummeled, and now he's got double unders and he's on the fence. Right out of here, Rakic, you're like, God, I don't want to get stuck here forever. He needs to look to re-pummel his outside hand, which Ankalaev is doing a very good job of occupying, and he circled off. Very good. But usually you'd look to re-pummel an underhook and circle him back to the fence just to get some pressure off. Sometimes in that exchange, you'll be able to just break off from each other and go back to the outside. But Ankalaev knows what he wants to do with his game plan is pressure straight back on. This also, it's a looks thing, right, for the judges. They're watching this and they're like, okay, this guy's moving backwards, trying to skate off the fence the whole time. And, Ankalaev has got this pressure. Who's winning the fight? It's the guy that's giving up all this distance. Because no one's really landed anything significant. There's some big shots coming through, but no one's really getting cracked. And that's the end of the second round. Yeah, I want to see a little bit more of a sense of urgency from Rakic. He's very happy to just sit on his back foot and circle off. Ankalaev, who's shown now, he's just going to try to pressure you the whole time. And if you get to the fence, he's holding you against the fence and kneeing you as well. You don't want to end up there. So you want to get the momentum going for you. Pressure forward, establish a jab, establish a teep, get the guy backing off. Rakic will need a finish to win now because he's 2-0 down right now. It's a close fight, but he's still down 2 rounds. Ankalaev, because it's been so close, you would want to see a little bit more dominance, get him backing up a little bit more, maybe try to land something significant. Even if he just wobbles him or something, the fight's as good as his.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
All right, here we go, folks.
But here straight away, Ankalaev straight back on with the pressure. Rakic is throwing with a bit more venom in his shots, but he's still backing off. Yeah, everything he's throwing is hard now. He knows he needs some form of a finish, but straight back on the pressure. Straight back on, getting him backing up. I think he's very defensively sound. He's not putting his head in any stupid places. He's moving it quite well. When he's getting hit, it's never really flush. Beautiful left hand, yeah. And he's just able to, he's chipping away at almost his morale to an extent, right? Because Rakic is I've got to finish him, but he can't land anything clean. He's, the sort of self-belief will start to die down. Yeah, but Ankalaev is playing this really well. He's just pressuring him so well off the fence, and Rakic is trying to get something meaningful going, but the exchanges where he's back in the center, they're just leg kicks. He's just landing leg kicks. He's not getting anything where it's that's hit my body, now I have to take a second, or that's stopped my momentum. That was a clean shot, that's hit me in the head, now I'm stuck here. He's pressuring very, very well. He's going backing up. Keeps that level change going, keeps feinting. Every time he level changes, you see Rakic's hands follow him. They follow him every time. Which you could set up an overhand later, right? You fake it, come over the top. And Rakic with the shot, but yeah, Ankalaev, great takedown defense. Straight to the fence now. He's going to be looking to Rakic up high. He's just let go of the leg now, so Ank is a little bit safer. He's just kind of, now his hands are joined again. He's just kind of driving into him. There's not much, and it's gone to a body lock now. It's not a crazy throw of the takedown if your posture is broken, like Rakic's is right now. He's kind of just driving in. If you're this low, you have to look to run the pipe. You're not going to be able to run them backwards and trip them when their back's on the fence. And if all your weight's going forward, it's really awkward to step back and throw them. Good takedown defense shown by Ankalaev. Some knees, and he's heisting him up. And now Rakic is on the fence. This, you don't want to be here as Rakic. You're already losing the round. You can't, like, this would suck. You know, you're stuck here now. You have to try to find a way out. Like, you can't stop. Like, you still have another minute. Anything can happen. But also, like, part of your head would be like, damn, like, it's, you know, the fight's running away from me. It's, you know, here we go. Ankalaev, great work off the fence. You can tell here he's the shorter guy. You know, he's able to get his hips a bit lower than Rakic. He's trying to keep him elevated. You know, this is like, you know, there's a good, very good strategy here. Knees come up the middle. Rakic is trying to exchange a bit. Yeah, here you can see Rakic is like, I want to break so I can throw. Like, maybe I can knock him out here. But no, Ankalaev is straight back on him. Tried the Uchi. It's not happening from there. Posture's a bit too broken. And time. There you go. Yeah, pressure of Ankalaev was too much. Too much over time. And it's, I can see a fight with Pereira going somewhat similar, right? Like, if Ankalaev gets a hold of Pereira, he's just going to take him down when he wants. And if he can't do that, he's going to hold him on the fence. If Ankalaev gets hit by a big shot from Pereira, which Rakic wasn't landing anything meaningful, but he was connecting. If that's Pereira throwing that, that's a different story, right? If it's a knee from Pereira as he's being held up against the fence, or as Ankalaev is shooting, that's it. This was Julian Hermanjat. I'm at Absolute MMA St Kilda, and yeah, we'll keep these going. Hopefully do a couple more.